Anyway, welcome. How are y'all doing tonight? Raccoon, we got some sewing going on. What up? Vanessa, what's goody? Kartasha, how are you? Hopefully you're doing all right. It is funny too. I've had individual conversations with everybody, so I know everybody's situations for the most part. But yeah, welcome to my new bedroom. I know I was thinking back on it. I'm like, technically I streamed once, I think, when I first moved in here. But this is my new bedroom at my mom's house. We're in New York. And that's about that's about it. Um Although no, we've definitely had some pretty crazy pretty crazy life stories that I can kind of catch you all up on. So if you don't really follow my Instagram, which is pretty much the only place I was actively posting, which I say actively with a grain of salt, but because I wasn't really posting much, but did post a couple of things over there. Might have missed out on. Swaggy room. Yeah, it's pretty cool in here. We got some penguin friend. I got two more penguin friends on my desk I can look at. That's a print from a tattoo artist I'm supposed to get a tattoo from. Well, I probably will have to reschedule with again because I have no money and I'm poor and sad. But yeah. So not too much has happened, I suppose. But yeah, we can get to that as we go. But either way, let me know, how are you guys doing? What's going on? Give me some updates. What are some of the things I've missed in the K-pop world since I've been gone? I've obviously seen a few things, such as the Big Bang kind of comeback, which, to be honest with you, it almost killed me not to make a video about it. When I first saw that happened, where they, I don't even know what award show it was at. I think it was at the MMAs, if I'm correct. But G-Dragon doing his comeback, and then it was like all of a sudden this song drops. Bada boom, bada bing. Holy shit. It's most of Big Bang. That's crazy. You know? So that's pretty sick. And then, has there really been any other big news in K-pop world? J-Hope's back. He's touring right now. Couldn't see him in New York, unfortunately. But, hey, I'm going to get to see John next week, so that'll be fun. Because he's coming up for, he's coming up for the show in New York. That's pretty sick. Oh, yeah, the New Jeans lawsuit, which, to be honest with you, I haven't been following it that closely. But I know they literally just had, they had a court date like 2 days ago, I believe. I don't even know what happened with that, but geez Louise. Finishing my last Instacart, trying to exhaust myself. Oh, I feel that. Fun times, everything's been crazy. Can't keep up with all the stuff. I feel that too. Yeah, that New Jeans thing, that's kind of nuts. Although I will say too, it's interesting that they try to rebrand themselves basically as New Jeans still, by just doing NJS, which, I don't know, that feels a little bit too close for me. I think it would have been better had they just gone a completely different route. You know, done a completely different name, but I get it. They want to still be able to tie back to their old stuff, but, you know, when you're leaving the company, especially in such a negative way, sometimes you just have to start over, you know? One was today, and basically it's a door coming with receipts, and New Jeans just pushing the same hurt feelings. Fair enough. Jimin is tied on Billboard for longest K-pop artist with Psy. Oh, hell yeah. Good for him. That's so funny too, dude. That's so funny. I don't know if you guys remember, I had my little bit of controversy with I don't even remember. For Jimin's original solo, sorry, the first set of music he let out during this hiatus that we've been on, and I said in a video that I didn't like it that much. It was like my least favorite of all of the solo stuff that had been dropped at that time period. And everybody's like, "You hate Jimin, you're the devil." And I was like, no. I just said I didn't like it as much. Like, fucking relax. But I will say that second round, which is funny, I'm forgetting the names of both the songs, but I liked both of them a lot, actually. I thought they were both really, really good. Never met Nancy on the scene. I remember she's always by my side. I'm waiting for. Why can't I remember the name of that song? I see something that I see every day. No matter a thousand miles away. I thought the name would come to me if I sang the song. It did not. Very experimental. Yeah, and you know, honestly, it's like, yeah, sometimes it hit, sometimes it didn't. I never said the music was bad. I just said I didn't like it. Song is Who, that's the one. I fucking loved Who. I loved like Smeralda's fucking Glass Balls or whatever it's called. That song was also very fun. Honestly, that was probably one of the better music videos too. Ooh, ooh. Is there an owl in the chat? Ooh, ooh. Such a dumb joke. Also, guys, I will say, I don't know if you follow my ex-roommate, Nathan, on Instagram or TikTok, but he's been posting up some funny videos lately. And I've been commenting on, like, all of them. And he posted up one today that was, like, some guy doing, like, a workout, like, showing you how to work out. And then he, like, turns to, like, stretch his legs or something. And he's got a, up there, you know what I'm saying? Right up the butt. And it's got a light on it, and it shines through his pants. And I wrote on it, because the color of the light was blue. And I said, that blew me away. Except I wrote it BLUE. I was like, come on, that is as good of a joke as we get. Until after I moved away, that is pretty fun. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. There you go. That was actually a good one. Ooh. Oh, couldn't get it that time. Yeah, so that was sick. Yeah. So I got that notification that you did. Oh, let's go. Either way, I like commenting on my friends' stuff so it helps boost them. And then maybe more people will see them. So I try to write all the ridiculous stuff. Alexander, what up? What up, what up? Welcome. Bro. Hey, bro, what up? Nathan's political posts show up? What? Nathan doesn't post politics. Lena, what up? How's it going? Hello, hello. I will say I almost didn't know it was you. If it wasn't for your profile picture, because it shows up with your name in all Korean. And I will say I've been working on my Korean a little bit here and there. I have some apps that I've been playing with, so I'm getting better at speaking it a little bit, very very minor amount of speaking. And honestly, I forget most of the time. But what do you call it? I'm still pretty bad at the writing. But I'm like, yo, I know you. I know you. I was gonna message you today. I was sick. Nice, nice. Well, hey, you can still feel free to message me if you want to chat. It's totally fine. He posted a few opinions. Really? I missed those. I missed out on those. I didn't see him going political. I have only seen his joke posts. He usually tries to stay away from it. Interesting. I'll have to deep dive my old friend. Mike knows this, but I got tickets to see Stray Kids. Let's fucking go, Vanessa. Enjoy that. I'm so freaking jelly. Not to brag, but no one else will even know who I am talking about. So, what? Everybody, we all know Stray Kids here. Don't even pretend. Don't even pretend. Oh, shit. Actually, crazy enough, I got tickets to go see 1OK Rock again. I was talking to my family. So, here, let me hit you guys with some stories here real quick. Actually, hold on. Let me read just what you guys said, and then I'll hit you with the story. He's back. Andreanne, what up? Welcome. Welcome. How are you? Welcome. How the heck are you? Honestly, you guys have no idea how nice it is to fucking see all your names popping up again. I've missed you guys dearly. I've been so fucking depressed. I was actually talking to Raccoon over messages before, and I was like, yeah, there's a part of me that's even dreading streaming because like the depression just feels like I'm wearing like a 30,000-pound fucking weighted blanket. But I'm so glad we're here. We're here doing this. Everybody's coming back. Let's go. Yes. Nice. Awesome, Lena. Sick. I almost messaged you too, actually. I was gonna be like, hey, what's going on? Oh, by the way, actually, you know what? We might as well just, put it out there too. So my friend Lena here, who's her name's all in Korean there, but I believe it's, oh man, I don't remember the full name of your channel in English. It's like Woof. Oh, I'm bad. God, I don't remember what it is. I am so sorry. If you could write it in chat, that'd be awesome. But I haven't told anybody this, but I've actually been working with her channel a little bit, doing some special reactions for over on her channel. So feel free to click her name and go over that way and support the channel if you'd like. Doing some more Korean films. But yeah, so yeah, what were we saying? We missed you. They're expensive tickets, that's true. I exist outside chat. I'm sorry, Raccoon. I'm sorry. Ooh, seeing Linkin Park should be cool though. Welcome to the unemployed crew. Let's go. Wait, did you say you're unemployed? Looking good. Thank you. Did I miss your comment? I'm jobless. There you go. Sorry, I did totally miss it. And scared, but still here. Hey, Andreanne, welcome to the club. There's a few of us in here who are definitely unemployed and losing our minds. So, yeah, real quick little story time, because life got very chaotic for me in January. Yeah, feeling down in the dumps, like I've been applying for jobs left and right. Nothing's coming through. It's been an absolute bummer. It's been a nightmare. But January comes through. Actually, sorry, before even January hit, in December, my little brother, he actually just got engaged, which was very, very nice. And last minute, his photographer for the engagement, she got terribly sick. So literally the night before he's supposed to go a little upstate to go and propose, he messaged me. He's like, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This our friend was supposed to take photos for us, but she's sick. I was like, dude, I got my phone, like I got a camera, like I could do it. And so last second we decided, screw it, let's go. So the next morning I popped up. I went upstate, like, I don't know, maybe like 3 hours up. Sat outside in the in the cold waiting. Woof fun reaction, that's what it is. I was like, it's woof something. I'm like, what is it again? There you go. But yes, go check out woof fun reaction if you don't know. She's got some pretty sick videos, and I'm in a few of them, so that's also very cool. uh, but yeah, so that happened. That was awesome. Christmas came and gone. Everything was like, okay, you know, it was fun to see family and whatnot, and be stressed that I couldn't give anybody anything because I had no money and I was scared and all that kind of stuff. And then January comes. My birthday. It's January 28th, right? I don't usually make a big deal out of it. Don't care too much about it. Whatever. The court case is closed. The adventure of me versus Squatter. Let's go. Let's go. Hopefully it went well for you. But yeah. Yeah, no, I totally forgot about the squatter issues too. Yeah, so my birthday comes and goes. And if you are a 1OK Rock fan, you would know that pre-sale tickets, or like the early tickets, go on sale on January 28th. And I was talking to my brother, and I was like, yo, I'm actually pretty bummed, you know, like, because in my head, of course it's cool to see a band, but like, you know, when you see them twice, it's kind of like, you know, I probably could save the money and go to see another band for the first time or whatever. But in my head, I was like, I would love to go and see 1OK Rock with my brothers, right? And I was like, man, it's such a bummer. I was hoping to have some money because I knew they were going to be doing the North American tour this year. And I was like, maybe I could save up some dough and I could buy tickets for me and my bros and we could go together and watch the show in New York. And then, yeah, life came at me fast. I had no money left and I was sad about it. I mentioned it to my brothers and I was like, hey, you know, maybe in a year or two when I get back from Korea or something, we could figure it out. We could go see a show. Would be pretty cool. Who knows? And so he's like, yeah, that's a bummer, you know, whatever. Fucking my birthday dinner, right? My mom's like, oh, by the way, got you a little gift. And she's like, I can't physically give it to you, so I'm going to send it to you via text. And I was like, what? And then she sends me a picture of 2 tickets to go see it. Unfortunately, my younger brother, he is going to be at our cousin's wedding in Ireland when that show's happening, so he won't be able to join us. But me and my older brother, we're too broke to go to Ireland, so we will be going to see 1OK Rock instead. So that's pretty fucking sick. And then January 29th hit, guys. January 29th hit. I'm not going to hit you with too much info here, but it's going to start off a little gross. But I wake up, you know, it's like midday at this point. I've been chilling in my room for a bit. And I go to the bathroom. And I sit down, take a poo. And I'm feeling a little constipated. Which is weird. Doesn't happen to me often. I'm just sitting there kind of hanging out, playing on my phone. Like you do. Also, let's go, Raccoon. That's sick. I win. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then all of a sudden I get like a shooting pain in my back. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like, that doesn't feel good. And then I'm like, oh man, maybe I gotta get up and stretch a little bit or something. And I go, ooh. And I get up and I start walking around my mom's house here, and I'm like, oh man, like this really doesn't feel good. And I'm like, oh shit, what should I do? I was like, oh no. And then I'm thinking to myself, oh fuck, did my like appendix erupt or something? I'm like, am I gonna die? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, I'm really not feeling good. So I call up my brother, my little brother. He's a nurse. And I'm like, hey, what do I do? What's going on? And he's like, it's your lower left side of your back. I was like, yeah. And he's like, I'm not sure what it is, but he's like, if you go to a walk-in place, they're going to send you to the emergency room because you need to get scans and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, like, I don't know. Because also in my head too, I always try my best to avoid hospitals. But after a minute or two, I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to go to the hospital. I was like, I'm going to drive myself. And he's like, I don't think that's a good idea. Let me call you an Uber. And I was like, nah, it's fine. I'll just drive. I was like, I don't even know if I want to go. Eventually, he talks me into getting into an Uber. He calls up the Uber and takes me over to the hospital. And by golly, it is, at this point, the pain is getting excruciating. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, my head is spinning. I'm getting lightheaded. I feel like I'm going to throw up. I'm like, oh no. And I get in there They sit me down in the waiting room of the emergency room. I was like, I need help fast. Like, please, somebody. And then they're like, yep, we'll get to you. You know, like 3 people went in front of me, and then I got to go in. And then they were like, oh, shoot, like, we think it's a kidney stone. So they sent me in for scans and all that. Turns out it was a kidney stone. Plus, it was a sizable one. Plus, it was really far up the track still. So, yeah. I had a nice old little kidney stone in there that they were like, this is going to be very bad. We need to do surgery to get that out of you. And they're like, but don't worry. It's not going to be too invasive. We're going to shoot it with a laser. And then we're going to put a stent in you. And that's what they did. So I stayed overnight at the ER. And then the next day, they, ice pick stabbing pain. Except the nice part was the pain eventually started creeping around my front into my balls, which is very bad. Very painful. Very, very painful, some would say. And so then I had my surgery. I got out at like 11 at night. And then, of course, my insurance, which is a California insurance, it's like the poor people of California insurance, which I'm still on. They were like, you can't get your prescriptions because you're not in California. I was like, yo, that's not going to fly, dude. Like, I need it. I need it bad. And so after 2 days of not having, like, mind you, they gave me some perks for this pain. Big man, big kidney stone. That's right. And, yeah, so they gave me some, what do you call it? I don't even remember what the painkiller was called. It was strong shit, though. Although the only thing was that it doesn't actually help that much with the kidney pain. It just made me feel loopy. It turns out, eventually I talked to my other doctor friend, and he was like, honestly, dude, he's like, you should just try taking like 800 milligrams of like ibuprofen. And I was like, all right, tried the ibuprofen. And I was like, sick, that works. Like, that's very good. So I stopped using the narcotics, and I got on those. Had a stent put into me, which is incredibly uncomfortable. So I got to be uncomfortable for nearly 2 weeks before I went to the doctor and had them pull it out of me, which was another experience that I hope I never have, because you're conscious while they stick something into you. A little tubed camera that they stick up your pee-pee, and they go and get the thing out, and it hurt, and I didn't feel good. And then honestly, the day after getting the stent out was awful. I felt like I was dying. And then I felt completely fine the next day. So there you go. So there you go. Good. But yeah, so that was the day after my 33rd birthday. One to remember. You know, Raccoon, it actually is kind of a similar motion. It's kind of a similar motion. Ugh. Sorry, it also makes me like sick thinking about it. It still makes me nauseous. It was bad. It was a bad one. Bile duct or something down there. You're lucky. Doctor told us if it had been blocked, the bile duct life-threatening. Oh, shit. Well, they didn't say anything about that to me, so I think I was okay. But, yeah, so that sucks. And then, it's been kind of smooth sailing since. I actually went to an in-person audition. So that was fun. I got to go into Brooklyn for it was an audition for... Yo! Thank you so much. Yo, thank you. Fighting! Holy moly, thank you. Jeez Louise. Appreciate it. Holy crap. That'll go to paying off. I actually have to pay out of pocket for them taking the stent out, so that's fun. So, so that's gonna go to that. Woo! Yeah. Um. But yeah, Andreanne, there it turns out there's actually a couple of different ways you can get kidney stones. I'm not going to my follow up because I'm going to have to pay out of pocket for it because it's not technically an emergency. So I'm imagining mine was probably a calcium buildup one, which is typically when you're not drinking enough water and like you're over drinking like sugary drinks like sodas. Which, to be honest with you, I definitely was over drinking sodas. I thought I was taking enough water in, but I guess not. Um, yeah. So definitely something to be aware of. I definitely am trying to make sure I'm drinking plenty of water these days. I gotta go now. I'll message you later. Awesome. Great to see you, and thank you again so much. You're freaking amazing and awesome. And yeah, looking forward to whatever we work on next. But yeah, you definitely have to look up. What about coffee? I don't think an excess of coffee would do it. Kind of depends on what you're putting in there, I suppose. I'm pretty sure coffee you're good with. Tea. Yeah, I think tea you should be fine with. I think. I'm not sure. I will say I definitely came into this not prepared enough to know. Definitely did not come in prepared enough to know that. But yeah. Yeah. Leaf soup. Right. Yeah. I will say I still drink soda. Oops. Oops. You don't have to avoid it completely. You just got to really make sure you're not like dehydrated all the time. So I've been pretty careful, especially now I watch what color I pee. If it's getting too dark, I make sure to go drink some water. I've been keeping my pee pretty light. Pretty light, which is nice. Acids help reduce them. True. Yeah, sorry. Sodas just make you more dehydrated. That's why they can kind of add to the issue. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Just make sure you're hydrated. Um, coffee does dehydrate you, then maybe slow down on it a little bit. I drink diet. I typically drink zeros if I can. But that's also because I'm diabetic too, so that's another fun thing. But that's last year's news. But I always have 3 drinks on my desk: a coffee, a water, and a fun drink. That's actually a really smart play, Raccoon. It really is. I've been trying to just have a glass of water, on like standby in my room, but honestly, funny enough, I'm looking around now, I definitely did not bring any water in right now, which I might have to get up in a minute to go grab some because my mouth's getting a little dry. So, might need to hydrate. Hydrate or dihydrate. That's what they say. Just rotate through the drinks. For a while, what I used to do was like, if I wanted to have a soda, I'd make sure to have a glass of water first. So that was like always kind of my thing. But honestly, too, you can like mix stuff into your water too. Like honestly, like lemon or lime in your drink kind of helps a lot. You can put cucumber in your water too, and weirdly enough, it actually makes water very flavorful, which is weird because cucumbers aren't particularly that flavorful themselves. considering they're mostly water. But those Mio or water adders are fine. They're low sugar. True. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really like those, to be honest. I just don't really like the flavors. It's so weird. Like, in terms of drinks, besides sodas and like Arizona iced tea, I really don't like sweet drinks. Like most sweet drinks, I'll usually just mix water into anyway, just to kind of literally water it down because it's so sweet. Like lemonades and like a lot of juices, I'll put water into because I'm like, it's a little bit too sweet for my tastes. I smoke a lot of weed, so I'm always cotton mouth. That also makes sense because I also get pretty gnarly cotton mouth with the smoking, but usually I'm smoking at night, so it's like I kind of just sit with the dryness and just let it be. Or I'll have the little bit of water I have next to my bed, I'll finish it, and I'm like, oh, I need to get more, but I'm like, I don't really feel like getting up. So, just gonna deal with it. I don't know about milk. I really don't. Dude, I will say though, like, I know I don't really have anything planned right now or anything, but like, again, it's so nice to be chatting with you guys again. Yeah, Raccoon, you do the same thing I do. There you go. I do smoke. Yeah. I have it's undiagnosed, but I have a bit of insomnia issues where I just have like the hardest time sleeping. And for the life of me, it just, the only thing that I've found that actually helps is getting high. Dude, high K-pop reactions? Maybe I'll do that in April. We'll do like a 420 get high reactions or whatever. Added calcium in North Elk. Okay. They play a role? What? Play a part or something? That could be fun. That could be very fun. Maybe I'll. Oh no, we'll do it live. We'll film. Maybe we'll do it like. Man, I don't know. Hold on, let me see. Would it be better to film the reactions live while high? Because it's a Sunday. 420 is a Sunday. Also, is it Easter? Oh, like, wait a second. When is Easter this year? It is Easter. Oh, shit. Alright, well, that also plays into it. Not like I'm celebrating or anything, but do you guys want to film on the day of 420 where I'll do a live stream? I'll have to do it on Twitch, so all of you guys who are here on YouTube, you'll have to come over to Twitch to watch the live stream, because if we're doing reactions, YouTube, I'll get banned if I do. So we'll have to do them on Twitch, but would you want to do a high reaction stream, or would you guys rather I pre-film a couple of reactions high and I'll release them on 420, and then maybe we'll just do a regular high stream anyway? Let's do it soon before that. Oh, man. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll put like a poll or something in like the Discord or whatever. I don't know. And then also, I will say too, the hard part's going to be picking which ones to react to. That's going to be... Eat half the chocolate. Maybe I should make a post on YouTube, like just in like the community tab, and be like, hey, Planning on doing a high K-pop reaction, a couple of K-pop reactions. I'm looking for like the craziest K-pop music videos. Oh shit. Yeah, true actually, Alexander. That's probably you're probably right about that. That's probably not a good idea to do. I didn't even think about that. All right, scratch that. Oh, I know, but like schools might not look too positively on somebody who is partaking in such activities, coming to teach their youths. I'm not worried about being persecuted as much as I'm just, or prosecuted as much as I'm looking to. Maybe that'll be a Discord only thing. Oh man, that's funny. I didn't even think about that. Oh, yeah. By the way, guys, I actually just this week I finished the coursework for getting certified to be a teacher. I am fully certified now to teach English in Korea. All I have to do is put together a resume and start putting out some applications, and ready to go. I know. You're right. You're right. I won't get too crazy, guys. I know being an adult sucks. But yeah, officially done, ready to go. I was like, I knew there was something else I was meaning to tell you guys, and I was like, what else do I need to do? But yeah, they it's funny, they actually literally have a course. They have like a course thing. So sorry. On the actual website, I bought into the 120-hour master class for teaching abroad, right? Inside of the master class, there's 5 classes that you then go into and take. And inside those classes are typically a few modules that you have to go through before you finish the class. And then once I finished all those, a new class opened up, and it's quite literally a class that's all about how to proceed now that you're certified. So I need to do that. So right now I'm up to creating a resume. So I got to put together the resume, and then who knows? Who knows from there? Partners are retraining to be an electrician. Has to retake Calculus 11. Oof. I've never taken Calculus, and I'm kind of bummed that I didn't. Has not so kindly reminded me of that every day. True. Responsibilities. Yeah. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so now it's just the process of I need to create my resume. I need to start putting out applications and stuff. However, the other big thing that I'd like to do before I do any of that, I mean, I'll get the resume done first, but I do have some people I need to talk to and need to reach out to. So, like, there's some people here in New York that I need to get in touch with who formerly taught in Korea. I'm gonna ask them for some advice. Some guys I grew up with. They actually just came back, like I think like 2 or 3 years ago, and they were over there for I think like 3 years or something. And then my buddy John, you guys might remember him, little John Reeves alive. He has told me that he made friends with 2 teachers who are currently over there in the same program, the teaching abroad program. And he said if I would like, he would connect me with them. So I did hit him up and say, hey, if it's still available, I'd like to chat with your friends. And he said, absolutely. So kind of waiting right now to hear from them. But it's only been like a day. So, I'm not expecting John to, or them to be, all up in my business right away. But I would like to talk to them a little bit too, because depending on where they are in Korea, I might try to land close to them. My goal is going to be mainly to hit Seoul. or maybe just like just outside of Seoul. Predominantly because if I want to film, I know that Seoul is like, I mean, besides the fact that it's the capital, it is pretty much like the center hub of Korea, where like pretty much you can get to like any part of Korea from Seoul, like via train. So, I mean, that sounds pretty cool to me, being able to just hop a train and just like go check out like, I don't know, one of the other cities, Busan. Uh, nice. I'm literally forgetting every single city now. But you know what I mean. And I'll film. I'll film a lot. I'll film some cool videos. Um, did I tell you at the event yesterday? My dad threatened to use a taser on me and the cousins because uh, we can outrun him. That's great. That's so nice. Oh, I'm sorry, Kurtash. That sucks. That fucking food is amazing. Yes, I'm actually very excited for the food. Chimic and Chime is morning. I don't want Chimek. I literally was doing a lesson before, and the lesson was times of day. So it was like morning, afternoon, night, during the day, which it was. Let's see if I can remember it. It was Chime was morning. Sun Seomjim, I think, was afternoon. And I kept failing on the nighttime one. I can like see it. It's like Neo. I don't know. I don't remember what night it was. I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm still figuring it out. But it is what it is. Combo of fried chicken and beer. Like you in English. Nice. To see how it feels. Nice. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, yeah. Also, yeah, 4 hours on a train is nothing to me. I sat in a car for like 16 hours driving, so I'm like, 4 hours is child's play. Blast on some headphones, listen to a book or something, or listen to music. Probably end up scrolling through like TikTok or some shit if we're being absolutely. Um, yeah. Hold on, will let me test it on them. Raccoon, if I was there, I'd let you test it on me. Ooh. Please run into twice. Oh my god, Alexander, if I run into twice, I'm gonna lose my mind. I would die. I would die. Ah. Or Red Velvet. Oh, or BTS. Oh. I would be so weird. Like there's no way I wouldn't be weird about it. SJ, what up? Daughter's been learning Korean for the last couple of years, and really good resource is Korean uni videos here on YouTube. Nice. Go first. Ah, okay. They love you for real. Oh my gosh, I would die. Yo, I'm not even kidding though. Like, cause you know, I'm a little fanboy for these ladies, but I've actually had like, I had a dream. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I had a dream twice now. Funny enough, twice. But I have had a dream twice, which is weird because I don't remember my dreams that often. But I'm a fanboy. It's okay. I'll fangirl. I don't really give a shit. But but yeah, I literally had a dream like 2 times that I ran into Chewy from Twice, who if I haven't, I don't think I've said it actively on here, but she has turned into my new I think she's my new Twice bias. Um she just seems very funny. And then also it's like, I don't know, I guess like the commonality of, I guess she's like, she's got a degree in fucking psychology. I was like, oh, that's so dope. And I was like, literally had a dream, met her out by a river, and then she knew who I was. And she was like, are you a lovely penguin? And I was like, yeah, what? Wait, what? And like, and then it took me a second to realize who she was in the dream. Also, in my dream, she spoke perfect English, by the way. Because, you know, classic dream world. And then after I realized who she was, I was like, "Oh my god, you're Chewy." And then we ended up dating, and like that's how I woke up. And I was like, "Oh, that was a great dream." I was like, "That'd be amazing." Like, wow. So there you go. I discovered X Love. Their debut concept is genderless, and nice, it's nice. My cat Kimchi is wigging out and acting nuts. Gotta love it. I had one K-pop dream. I met Nyan. Talked to K-pop. God, that'd be so sick. Your dream beat mine. Oh man, dude, that's so funny. Ah, God, that would be like. It's funny too, because I'm like, as much as I love all the K-pop people, like, and obviously this is like hyper unrealistic, but you know, God forbid I made it big, especially I go over to Korea, say I blew up and became a big popular person over there, and I got to maybe do like variety show or something like that or whatever, and then somehow I end up meeting these people. I don't think there's a single like K-pop lady, you know, unfortunately, sorry boys, that's not how I roll, but I don't think there's a single one that would like, I don't think I'd match with any of them in terms of like trying to go on a date. I feel like I'm like, they're too upper class, I guess, like I'm too low class, like I'm too much of a poor person that like it would be hard to relate, besides like the obvious uh vocal or the inability to speak to each other that well. Oh, don't get me wrong, definitely not being a Johnny Somali. I saw about him. That kid's a fucking idiot. So stupid. Today a holiday or something? I don't think so. Is it? Dome. So many cops out. Weird. Not enough dollars. Maybe you should go. Well, no. I'm not. Also, sorry. I'm not. I don't literally mean like they have too much money to date me. I mean personality wise. I don't think it would work. You know, I mean, believe me, that would be like crazy. Because yeah, obviously they're definitely gonna sugar mama me. Because like they've been any person I would ever try to date in the K-pop world is has to be over 25 years old. So they've been in the industry for a bit at this point. But like I just don't I genuinely think they're too like rich. I don't know, maybe it's just like the way that they look and whatnot. Like they all look very posh and pretty. And like honestly, they all look like princesses, you know, like they all look just stunning all the time. And then it's like, then there's me, you know. Also, been working out though. Been getting back. I'm starting to work my legs out again. I'm trying to like rehab my knees and whatnot. So I'm like, by the time I get to Korea, my goal is to be actually at this point, I only need to drop another 30 pounds until I'm at the goal weight of what I'd like to be going. I've already lost 10 since I've been back in New York, so that's pretty sick. And I just got to keep going. But I think it's going to be more of a personality issue. Because also, guys, let me remind you, because I don't think any of you even realize this, but I actually grew up in a very rich town in New York. One of the wealthier towns, actually, which was weird. It was a very weird experience. because my family was not a rich family in the slightest. We were on the like we were middle class, you know, maybe like lower middle class. Um and yeah, I dealt with a lot of real dickheads who were rich, and I didn't get treated that well growing up because of it. And yeah, there was a pretty alarming difference between me and some of my peers. So, as you can imagine, I ended up friends with mostly the other poor kids. I say poor because none of them were actually poor. It's just like we couldn't afford to, like, you know, go into the city and like see a Broadway show on like the drop of a dime or whatever, you know, like that just wasn't a reality. Like some of those kids, that's like what they did on the weekends. It was like, what the fuck? Like, wow, what? So it's more of it's like that kind of a thing. Apparently, hiking is the place to meet people in Korea. Ooh, that sounds fun. I actually am looking forward to it because also I do know there is that hike that's not too far outside of Seoul, that mountain that we saw. I think it was RM and V hike up, or maybe it was Jin and V. It was part of Run BTS. No, it was RM. Yeah, it was RM and V. Jin made the soup that they took up or something in the morning. Made them lunch or whatever. You and Solar would work. Oh, interesting. Let's stay the F away from my alt wife, Nayeon, though. Yo, but what if I meet her, dude? What if I meet her and I have her send you a message? You ever think about that? That'd be pretty sick. That'd be pretty sick. That'd be pretty damn cool. But yeah, pretty funny. Also, mind you guys, I'm not delusional enough to think that those things are even an option. This is all fun hypotheticals. All fun hypotheticals. None of this is real talk. Mind you, don't think I'm losing my mind enough to think that I'm gonna go meet one of these ladies in Korea. Like, get real. Although honestly, too, there is a part of me that like there are definitely a few of like the K-pop idol like guys that I think I could become friendly with if I was to meet them. Or I'm like, I think we'd have a similar enough personality that like we'd get along. Fighting doorway heights, yo, it's gonna be like Ireland, man. It was something I was not prepared for when I last went to Ireland. Um, Last time I went was 2015, I think. And we went to go see my grandpa before he passed away. Unfortunately, he ended up passing away 2 weeks before we went. So we still went, but we got to meet a bunch of people who were around for his funeral. Weirdly enough, man was horrifyingly popular. So he had like, mind you, he lives in a small town in Ireland, like 3 hours from Dublin, so he's not close. But he had over 6,000 people show up to his funeral, which is crazy. But yeah, so we went over there. I met a shit ton of people that I was related to, and also a lot of people I wasn't related to. But we were like way bigger than a lot of people. And then, like, honestly, most buildings we went into, I'd have to, like, duck through the doors and stuff. And I'm like, even some doors I literally would have to, like, go through sideways. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I had to turn my shoulders to make it through because my shoulders wouldn't fit. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And I'm like, I forget some of these fucking buildings were built, like, a couple 100 years ago when people were way smaller. I'm like, oh, my God. We actually took a bus from where my grandpa's from, and like and we took it to Dublin, so it was like a 3 hour ride. Dude, my knees felt like they were gonna explode off my body. I like they were so hard pressed into the seat in front of me, I almost couldn't stand up. I'm only 6'2". Like I'm tall, but I'm not like exceptionally tall. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll run into Suga. Oh, that would be sick. And he might remember you from the shoot. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Now that I like know him, I think I'd get along well with Suga. And by know him, I mean I've watched enough videos that I feel like I know his personality a little bit. Like maybe. Also, that's the other thing, guys. That's the other thing. The other thing that interests me the most, the thing that probably fascinates me the most about the possibility of meeting any of these K-pop people is I want to know what their real personality's like. I want to know what they're actually like off the camera. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. And then I want to see how well I get along with people. I was in a house built in the 1890s. Stairway was 2.5 feet wide. Holy moly. I don't think I'd be able to go upstairs in that house. That's all good. I like to tell people I'm 5'11" though. I think it's really funny to tell people I'm 5'11". Twice saying alcohol free, they're drinkers. Yo, also that's another thing too. That's another thing that gets me nervous. Is I am not a drinker, and I'm going into a country where it is very, very common to go drinking with everybody you know. And like going out after work and like going to get drinks, like it is a very common thing. And I'm worried it's going to make me a bit of an exile, the fact that I don't. So that's going to be interesting. I might have to pretend I have a problem so that people will back off me. Be like, please, I can't. I have an addiction. Even though I do, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, yeah, I can tell them about being diabetic. True. Because that's the thing. I don't mind having like a sip or something, or even just like one little shot of it. Lord just got dark. Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yeah, also I'm too broke to drink anyway. Even if I wanted to. Tuesday, what up? Welcome. It's been a while. How the hell are ya? I don't drink any less either. Amen. I will say it's gonna be a rough transition into not having any weed. I'm gonna start like tapering myself off of it before the trip. I'm not looking forward to it. It's just gonna be a lot of sleepless nights. Hope out. Very true. Very true. So cheap. Soju. I think I've tasted soju before. Is it kind of like a what? It's like I know it's gonna sound silly, but is it kind of like a watered down, kind of like a sake or something? Kind of taste. Like I remember tasting it, and it's not strong. That's what I should say. It's not a strong drink, right? Like it's not a drink where you drink it and you're like, ugh, afterwards. You can get CBD. Can you get CBD over there? I guess you just don't get high off it. Go to my parents' basement, look for stuff to sell and get rid of. Oof. Oh, my friends. Better taste than sake. In fairness, I don't actually know what sake tastes like. I've never had sake. But I'm pretty sure I've had soju once. I'm pretty sure I had it. Where I was surprised at it not being as strong as I was expecting it to be. Or maybe I am thinking about sake. I just don't remember. It was a while ago. But whichever drink it was, I was surprised that it wasn't as strong as I was expecting. Really low percent of alcohol. Okay, so that makes sense. Getting kicked in the throat. Yeah, that sounds about right, Raccoon. So it probably is the right thing. We're probably all on the same page. Fruit notes and goes down light. Also, most of the time people say it has like these hints of flavors in alcoholic drinks. I almost never taste it. I almost only taste the alcohol. You were like, oh, this one's got a barrely oak flavor to it. Ooh, you could taste the earthy tones. And I'm like, this tastes like burning. I don't know. It is funny though, because I have tasted quite a few different alcohols before, but again, I've only ever had a full pint of Guinness, and then I've done shots of a bunch of the other hard liquors before, but not all at once. Only one in one sittings. I've never done more than one shot at a night or time or whatever. But usually around like holidays or like birthdays or like weddings, it almost resoundingly gets everybody so hyped whenever, like, especially weddings, when they're like, yo, we should all take a shot together, it's their wedding, I'm so excited. And I go, yo, give me one. And they're like, oh, you're gonna drink? I'm like, yeah, I'll do a shot with you guys, it's a wedding. And then they go, cheers, and everybody slams it, and then everybody looks at me, and I'm like, ha. And they're like, ah, you did it. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I know. So, you never know. Do the twirl the bottle and impress the Koreans. True. Warm sake is good. I don't know if I'll like that. I don't really particularly like hot drinks. If we're gonna be real. Smell the notes better than tasting them. Oh, okay. Especially with bourbon. Ugh. Yuck. Bourbons and like whiskeys and shit like that, I can't stand. They're so gross. The only thing grosser is rum. Ugh. Yuck, dude. Rum has got to be my least favorite of all the alcohols I've tried. Damn, you get wasted. Never been wasted in my life. I've never even been buzzed. Actually, once I almost drank a full hottie toddy. If anybody knows what a hottie toddy is. Me and my buddy Ronald, back when I lived with him in my last apartment in New York on Long Island, we both got really sick over New Year's. One year, we're like dying with like the flu or something. I don't even know what it was, but we were both down for the count. We were just sitting watching Parks and Rec all night. Didn't celebrate New Year's at all, but he did make some hottie toddies, and he's like, dude, you gotta drink this. And I was like, no. And he's like, trust me, it's like medicine. He's like, it's not gonna taste great, but you're gonna feel way better after having it. And I was like, dude, I know exactly what that is. I don't want it. And he's like, no, trust me, you need to. And he eventually talked me into drinking it. I probably got halfway through it, and I was like, I'm going to throw up if I have any more of this. Like, this sucks. Gross. Got to swarm through Montreal. There you go. Someone knows. Done that, regretted it. Alexander, pleasure to see you. Have a good one. Sleep well. And have better dreams. Because we were talking about dreams before. Moving on. No. Oh, another fun thing that actually doesn't really have anything to do with any of you guys. I mean, maybe one of you guys will watch it. Most likely you won't, which is fine. But I'm going to make an educational video for my channel. It's going to be essentially a review of the course that I took to learn the teaching abroad stuff, and essentially it's going to be an overarching review where I've been kind of taking notes and stuff on how each class went, and I'm going to kind of say a little bit about what I talk a little bit about what it was, how hard it was, what to expect if you're going to take this course. Obviously, can't give away too much info because it's a paid course. So I can't tell too much, but I might point out one or two things that like stuck out to me that I was like, oh, that's fascinating. I didn't know that, or whatever. And then I'm going to continue the video through the process of actually getting booked into a school, getting the visa, getting the flight, figuring out living arrangements, all that stuff, because that all is kind of encompassed into this program. Because once you get with the school, they help you with the visa, then they help you with the flight stuff and whatever. And I thought that would be a cool. Actually, Nathan's cousin was the one who recommended it to me. He's like, you should like document it, and then it could be a pretty solid review for future teachers going abroad, where they're like, hey, I don't know what to expect going into this, and I'm like, I'm gonna give you a full breakdown of what to expect. I watch your damn relationship one. I'll watch your videos. No, I know. That's the thing, is I know you all would, but this one, like, quite literally will have nothing you're interested in besides me. And the English language, I suppose. But yeah, no. Also, I'm glad you guys liked the relationship one. I wish these videos were doing any bit better than they are, but you know, it is what it is. We're just getting back in the swing of things, and yeah, it's sad. The numbers are sad, but that's okay. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see, Vanessa. We like aggression. Keeps us alive. It keeps us moving. Also, I will say too, with like the whole being depressed and stuff, like I've just been literally laying down right here, just thinking all day long, thinking about things that bother me, thinking about things that I like, thinking about why I think about things the way I think about them. And that's pretty much what really inspired me to do these videos. Plus, I was thinking back on some of the content I've done in the past, and I know, especially doing the mental health ones, like talking about mental health and being vulnerable and honest. Like, I've had comments in the past about how helpful it was to people out there, and it really inspired me to do it again and keep going, and you know, maybe make a series out of it and be vulnerable about other things that we don't necessarily talk about that often. You know? So, relationships was one that popped up in my head. I will say I gotta get better about writing ideas down, because I did have some ideas for like 2 other videos, and of course I can't think of either of them right now. But I don't know. Maybe do one on podcasts. Kind of doing a more in-depth dive on how much I fucking hate these podcasts. Basically be a continuation of the relationship. But honestly, like, the shitty thing is like, the thing that I've been thinking about the most, and the thing that has bothered me the most, is quite literally like trying to find out what the root of the problem is with the United States currently. And I say the United States because, yes, that's where I live, and that's kind of where the focus of my life is. And it's a bit chaotic right now, as most of you have probably noticed. Bit chaotic. And the more I think about it, the more I think the problem's actually a lot easier, or a lot simpler of an issue than most people realize. And it's really sad, because it's such an easy thing to fix. It just quite literally involves every single person voluntarily agreeing to be part of said experiment, which would quite literally just be, stop being so fucking selfish. I think narcissism has plagued our country to the point where people can no longer register with the fact that they are wrong about something. If they are wrong, more often than not, they're willing to double down rather than accepting and saying, hey, you know what? I am wrong. My bad. And along with that, the other part of narcissism is quite literally just thinking about, well, how does this benefit me? You know? How do I get further? How do I get what I need out of this situation? And I think this country would be run a lot better if people weren't like that, particularly a lot of those folks up at the top. I think inherently you have to be on the evil side of things if you are a billionaire. You know, I mean, even so far as like the millionaires out there, like, yeah, a lot of the millionaires, they'll be willing to help out people sometimes, donate a little bit of their money and whatnot. But to have billions of dollars means that you have fucked over so many people that you are able to collect all that money off of the backs of the poor people. And it's very frustrating to watch as somebody has so much, and yet there's so many people out here who have so little. And yet they'll just turn and say, well, why aren't you working harder? Why aren't you doing more? And yeah, I think that's deplorable. I think the fact that our government can't come together to decide that a universal healthcare would be a good idea, I think it's really selfish. I think insurance companies should be illegal as well. I think they're also inherently evil. They prey on the weak and poor and extort them for the little that they have. I think the medical field needs an entire overhaul. I think the doctors and stuff are fine, but the way that their billing departments are run, I think that's all shit. I think the pharmaceutical companies are evil. And yeah, I think that there's a lot of greed and narcissism in those as well. So I think if other people could think more about other people inherently, that would be the way to fix America. However, everybody wants to think about themselves. Everybody wants to do their own thing. Everybody wants to weirdly get obsessed with political figures and be up their asses about it and make their whole entire personality about that when those people couldn't give less of a fuck about you. And it's sad. It's sad to watch. And these people will actively stab the country in the back. They will say, fuck you, I want to be paid. And they will do whatever benefits them. They don't give a shit about the people. They're barely even elected by the people at this point. They are all pocketed by different corporations, and they're pocketed by a genocidal government as well. And I think the U.S. is pretty much looking like Germany, World War II style right now. So that's where we're at as a country. And I think if we could all just step outside of ourselves for a minute and think, hey, how could I help the people around me a little bit? And I think that would fix the country. I really do. I think that's the one thing that would fix this country. And honestly, it would fix the rest of the world if they did it too. But, you know, my focus is a little bit more on the U.S. right now as the fucking dumpster fire that we are. I am all for villain arcs, and the answer is everything. Everything is wrong here in the U.S. I can't think of anything that's really going okay. Yeah, exactly. Everyone is so on edge and frustrated. To be honest, I am too, and I wish a bitch would try me. Billionaires have no right to exist. I'm a socialist, though. Yup. Maybe I'm a socialist, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I still think capitalism can be a good thing. It's just you gotta inherently not be evil. So, tough, but whatever. Oh, bitches have tried me. My clinical doctor asked me how I was doing, and I literally told them we were taking bets on if I would be in jail over the weekend. Oh, fuck. Hospitals are business at the end of the day. Yep, I also I believe they shouldn't be businesses. I don't think they should be. I think they should be a public service, not a business. But again, that's just my own thinking. Greed is the root of all evil, and we get to see the consequences of that every day. True. Americans are highly individualistic, and that is why everyone is out for themselves. It's the crab in the bucket theory. Yep. It sucks. It sucks to see. And it sucks because it's like there's such a feeling of hopelessness. Nolo, what up? What up? Oh my god, what face am I seeing right now? How the heck are you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking about how shit the US is right now. We went down a dark little rabbit hole here. I was talking about how like these videos that I'm making, the be vulnerable videos that I'm gonna be doing. I'm like trying to think of more topics for it, and I'm like, it's hard when it's like I feel like the easiest video to make would be how to fix America, but yet nobody would listen to it because quite literally it's just stop being a piece of shit to everybody around you is the simple fact. If everybody decided to put somebody else ahead of them, this whole country would be doing better. Just got home not long ago. The USA is so shitty. Yep, sure is. Self-awareness and critical thinking would help everyone. Oh, that is so true. That is so true. A little bit of introspection is always good. So much, but we're all so stuck in the effort to survive, to try and get out. That mindset. Yes, I am socialist too, comrade. Comrade. Gotta be careful with saying that online. Never know who's watching. I don't know. I don't know if I even necessarily am fully like a socialist guy. Like I still think democracy can be a good thing, or capitalism can be a good thing. It's just like I said, there's a lot of greed in there, and it's like you really got to squash the greed down a little bit for it to work. But when the greedy get greedy and they keep getting greedier, then they just keep being greedy and they take everything. So there's that. It was funny when Americans switched to Red Note. Saw how much Chinese people got for free as a civic right. Honestly, that shit was terrifying. Like, to be honest with you, that was one of the times where I was like, holy shit, I have bought into the propaganda of that so badly. Of thinking we were so much better off than the Chinese were. And I never even thought about it, really. Like, it's just like, you know, I've seen so many movies and, like, all that stuff that are just like, yeah, China's, they're having it rough and we're, you know, we're doing better than they are. America. And it's like, oh, fuck. No, what? We are not doing better than them. I was like, they're doing way better than us right now. Jesus Christ. I was like, fuck, man, that sucked. I still have Red Note on my phone. To be honest, I don't actually use it, but I barely used it to start. I still got rid of Facebook and stuff though, so that's been interesting. I didn't actually delete my profile. I just deleted it off my phone. But you know, is what it is. I mean, when my kids or husband tries to bring up politics to me, I tell them to stop, and I don't want to hear it. It's going downhill no matter who is leading it. Very true. Very true. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if people all were nicer to each other, I guarantee this country works out better. Everybody grew a conscience and had a little bit of empathy for those around them. Ooh, very nice. Life is crap anyway. I'm not that worried. I'm more worried about making it to next week. Amen. I'm right there with you. I mean, it's a surveillance state, but college for free. Yeah. True. Nice. Still got it too. Hell yeah. Home ownership is easy. Well, that's the other thing too, is it's like that was the big one for China. Is like, first off, it's like a fraction of the price to buy a home in China compared to here, you know, where prices are exorbitantly high. But then like you don't even pay a mortgage or anything. Like you just pay for the house and then it's yours. You're like, oh, nice. That's sick. Why aren't we doing that? That's true, Vanessa. That's very true. That's why it was a very eye-opening experience where I was like, holy shit. I am seeing things that I did not see. I will say though, in fairness too, like this channel in particular has definitely been very eye-opening for me in general. In just terms of interacting with people all over the world. I mean, predominantly, we're still mainly in the U.S. Most of my viewership is from the U.S., but I mean, still like 80% of my viewership is from elsewhere in the world. So interacting with people from all over the world has been very fascinating. Just getting a little like sneak peek into people's lives is particularly funny when people message me on Instagram or something, because then I go and stalk the shit out of you. Because I'm like, who are you? Where are you from? What do you like? I do. Unless you got like a privated account or something. But I will almost always, if somebody messages me, I click on their profile and I look through the whole thing. Maybe not the whole thing. Depends on how many pictures you get. Had 3 X-rays and 2 MRIs. Or hand. It's free. That's pretty dope. I will say, because I'm on the poorest of poor insurances, my ER visit was covered, which is nice, plus the surgery. So that was pretty sick. But it was only because it was an emergency. The lady I follow only had to pay less than $10 for a pre. Oh, that's so crazy. Oh, that's so crazy. Whew, excuse me. Oh my gosh. So stock all you want. Oh, I did. Oh, I did. Especially if we've talked more than once, I'm definitely going to check out your profile. Although Nolo, I didn't actually get to see your Instagram profile until that time we hung out in your Discord, and you sent me your profile then. Yeah, honestly, I think it's probably best to not be on any social medias. No communism, the corruption. See, that's the other thing too. Is it's like, I hate to be that guy, but like a lot of countries look at the U.S. and be like, look at these fucking guys. Their whole country's falling apart, and like, dude, fucking the rest of the world, you guys also all have corruption and like bullshit in your governments too. Like, fucking shut up. Like, get real. Yeah, Vanessa, I totally did stalk you. But God, that was like fucking 3 years ago. I'll have to do another re-look. Artasha, yeah, you definitely have looked through too. But I keep vigilant. Also, I will say too, there was a part of me that when I did start uh like stalking everybody's profiles, it wasn't just sheerly out of curiosity. I've also have definitely run into my share of bots. So oftentimes I will look to see if you have more than like 3 posts, and they're not all of like a half naked woman or something. Because that's like, I don't know. Sometimes they'll message you, but they'll message you like they know you or something. It's so creepy. So that's another reason I like to go and check people's profiles. I'll usually do it before I even respond, but sometimes if I know it's you, I'll be like, oh, okay, I can chat. And then while we're chatting, I'll just be scrolling, looking. We're crazy, bitch. Yeah, it was right. Yeah. Every place is on fire. Everybody's got all their fucked up things. Just we're so loud about it. Besides the fact that we're loud, we're also like quite literally the entertainment capital of the world. So like all eyes are constantly on us for that anyway. Like, I hate to be that way. Like, I know every other country has their own little thing, but I mean, let's be real. Who's got the biggest film business in the world? The US. Easy. Biggest music scene? The US. It's like, if you're the biggest in your own pond, like, where do you go from there? The US. You come here to make it big. Although, yo, I will say this. Your crazy filter is fucked up. We were friends. Yeah, Kartasha, but see, there's a crazy to good person actuality level, and you passed, so you're good. But I've been seeing a lot about Lisa from Blackpink. And she has been getting a bit of feedback from participating in some big USA events. Both acting, First off, I'm pretty sure her debut acting in a U.S. very popular show, and then also performing at the Oscars, which is like one of the grandest stages in the world. I say that as a joke because I think the Oscars are a fucking joke, but it's been funny to see the K netizens versus and like K-pop stans versus like regular Americans who are watching and like checking out her music now because she's done these things. And the K-pop fans and like the netizens like can't handle the fact that Americans are criticizing her. I mean, dude, she fucking lip synced for like half the performances. It's like, dude, like fucking be here or don't. Like, I hate to be that guy, and I honestly, I've been on the. I don't think any group should lip sync. I don't think at all. I think if you're supposed to be one of the top groups in the world and you want to be able to get up there and dance and do your songs and all that shit, it's like you better be fucking prepped to do it. And yeah, I know that means it's going to take a hit on the dancing because you can't dance as hard if you want to be able to sing good. But I think that would be a valid and more viable thing for a K-pop group to focus on rather than just sheerly looking good on stage and then lip singing. It's like, I don't care about you lip singing. I'm like, I can listen to your fucking album at home. Like, I want to hear you sing it live from New York. It's Friday. Her voice is horrible. In fairness, I don't follow her all that much. Um, yeah, I think you guys kind of know my history with Blackpink of like, I, I kind of love and hate them. I kind of love and hate them. Where I think that those girls genuinely are all talented girls, ladies. You know, I think they're all incredibly talented. I don't think, however, they have enough say in what they're singing about and what they're performing about. And I know that they always get like writing credits and stuff, but for the most part, the companies are typically writing their music for them. So it has less of an authentic feel. And on top of it, like the majority, pretty much all the Blackpink songs I've heard at this point are pretty much about how they have more money than me. And I fucking hate that. I really do. Like, stop rubbing it in my fucking face. Like, why are you singing about it when it's like we're the fucking people who are making you have all that money? So shut up. Stop singing like that. Like, one or two songs, fine. That's okay. I don't mind a flex song here and there. But, like, don't come at us being like, I got more money than you. I got more cars than you. I'm prettier than you. And it's like that sucks. And I have watched interviews with them, and they seem like some of the sweetest girls. They seem like they're so fucking nice. And I'm like, why don't we ever get to see that? You know? Like, put that in a song. Rose is good. I didn't really get into Blackpink as a group. Yeah. Yes, you know, agrees. But yeah, it is funny. Because also at the same time, too, guys, I hope you guys know this, but like, when my favorite bands who are not K-pop bands put out music, I scrutinize the shit out of them. In fact, there's some bands I don't listen to their new music because it's just bad. Do I hate the band? No. Like, their old stuff was fucking awesome, and it was really, really good, and it was a big part of me growing up, and I'll listen to it forever. But like, their new stuff is ass. You know, and it's like, sorry. You know, like, they're still really good at performing live, which is sick. Share my respect. Nice. Yeah, but that's, oh, actually, you know what? I can't speak too much into it. I've only heard that up to that song. I did not check out any of her other solo music, so that's my bad. Yeah. I will say though, Bruno Mars wrote the Apatu song for the most part. Like what I've seen in the interviews about it, like it seems like he wrote most of it and then she kind of came in and helped finish it. Which again, I'm pretty sure she probably came in with a team of people, but you know what I mean. Pretty much like as shitty as it sounds, it's like you can get a writing credit as long as you're fucking there. You know? And it's like, I don't know. And I'll say this too. I'm definitely jaded at this point. Because part of my months and months of just thinking and being depressed is like I've been thinking a lot about K-pop music, and like there's a lot of it I really don't like. There's a lot of it I really don't like. I don't um like the performance aspects. Like I don't like the lip singing. I really think that if you as a group want to do a dance performance but you guys can't keep up with singing because the dancing is too hard, then you should do an easier dance. You know? And I know that's like not a popular thing in K-pop in terms of like the fandoms, and it makes me like honestly, it even makes me nervous to say it out loud because I feel like people are gonna constantly jump down my throat. I don't like that voicing your opinion and people then turn and be like, "So you hate them? So you hate them then, huh?" I'm like, "No, I said I didn't like that song," and then they're like, "So you hate them?" I'm like, "Okay, no, no." Um, I heard Jenny's new song, and the chorus is Jenny, 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 Jenny. So I'm just out. Oh man, that's rough. That's so rough. I mean, I'll give it a shot, I guess. I've also, like I've said too, I've also been trying to like not check out too much music because I wasn't sure like how much I would be back to like doing music reactions and stuff. I'm like, should I save this for like when I come back? Um oh fuck. Yo, sorry. A great example of a group who like Jesus Christ, guys, they can fucking sing is NMIX. Like I think it was in like December or something. I was just chilling. I was bored. I'm scrolling around on YouTube and like they had a Tiny Desk Korea video come out, and it's literally them singing, and it is raw vocals, like not even touched up. Like you can hear the fluctuations in their voices when they're not quite holding a note or like whatever. But dude, they crushed that shit so hard. And that was one of my first times hearing them, by the way. Like I've heard like a song or two of theirs from like TikTok from like hearing a chorus or so, but like I didn't even know it well enough to be able to be like that's NMIX. But that song, that video made me a fan of them, and I was like, holy shit, they're really good. And I started listening to them as well. Some big groups I just can't deal with. Also, don't even get me started on the ticket pricing. Ticket pricing's fucking outlandish too. That's another thing where it's like, yo, ugh, I don't know. I don't know. It bums me out. And then also I've been seeing more videos of like how idols get like mistreated and shit, and I'm like, I don't like the way a lot of the hardcore fans, the stans, I don't like that shit. I don't like how obsessed they get. I don't like how like these guys and girls getting stalked, they're getting harassed, they're getting assaulted, like what the fuck's that about? Like what's wrong with you? Stop. I don't know. There's a lot about the K-pop world that I'm not particularly a fan of. But goddamn, the music's fucking catchy. Like, ah, man, so catchy. Wish every concert is like 1OK Rock ticket pricing. Yeah, true. Yes, Nolo, I think we did chat about this. I'm going to see them in the end of May. Seeing them here back in New York. Me and my older brother were going. Pretty fucking stoked. Seeing them twice. Also, that One OK Rock concert, it was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. Like it might have outweighed Muse, honestly. But at the same time too, it's been a really long time since I saw Muse live, so I don't know if I remember it that well. But I had such a fun time. I had so much fun. I was suing several YouTube channels for posting shit. That's so crazy. It's so fucking nuts. I'm like half surprised that I didn't get fucking sued by them. Oh, sorry. By the way, before I read more of your comments, I'll get back to them. But real quick, in case you didn't know, I did make a playlist that I literally called "Help Me Pay My Bills," and it's a playlist consisting fully of just videos that are not copyright claimed on my channel that you could theoretically put onto a computer and leave for the entire day and just let it play through, and it'll help me make money. But as I was making that playlist, a few videos that I'm almost positive were claimed are no longer claimed because like 90% of Stray Kids reactions that I've done are now not claimed. I'm positive they were claimed. I know for a fact they were claimed because I remember talking so much shit about how JYP always claimed my videos and being annoyed about it. And then like other labels were kind of hit or miss. Like sometimes they'd catch me, sometimes they wouldn't, you know? But for whatever reason, they are no longer there. I did. I made a community post about it. It should just be on my playlist things. I've also been announcing it in all my latest videos as well. I also just started putting the link into the description bar under the videos as well. So it should be up there theoretically somewhere. But either way, if you just go to my channel, you just go to playlist, it should be the very top one because it's the latest one that I've created. Plus, it's literally got 270 something videos. Like it's like 276 or something like that. JYP now includes American, other international. Yeah, but that's the weird thing too. Is like a lot of U.S. companies will copyright claim me too. That's why I was like, huh, that's fascinating. Very, very interesting. But yeah, sorry, let me get back to the comments I didn't see before. I have my cap that I will pay for a ticket. It will remain the damn. It will remain the damn. I might not get a ticket or won't get a good seat, but I won't go over my damn limit. Fair enough. I've had a thought about how everyone gets into K-pop and how each person starts hearing songs in their unique order and falls in love with each group in their own way. That is also very fun and it's very cool. It's also very sad when people get so hyper stuck on one group. Like I get it. Like I know the whole like you want to know every single little tidbit about them and stuff, but like I don't know. I guess I've always been more of a casual listener in terms of music where I'm like I'll listen to the music so much. I've never give a shit about groups before. Like I've never cared about any bands. Most of the bands that I'm into, I can pretty much tell you like the drummer's name, and that's because I was a drummer and I used to watch drum videos all the time. But like most groups, I couldn't tell you a single person's name in the group. Some of the groups, I don't even know what they look like. But I listen to their music. You know, I'm like, I fucking have been listening to their music for like 30 years. 20 years, let's be reasonable. Like 20 years, you know, like it's been a long time. So like it's funny to then go over to K-pop where it's like you need to know what they fucking ate for breakfast today or else you're not a fan. It's like, wow, what? Like I used to think it was the funniest thing where I was like, I used to make the joke when I first started the channel where I'm like, I've never listened to music where I had to do homework after. I get stuck on bands, but it's Linkin Park and BTS. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, but when like you get so bogged down with like one group that you're like, I can't listen to other groups. That sucks because you're missing out on so much good music. You know, you're missing out on so many opportunities because you're part of a fandom of another group. That's so stupid. Yes, the BTS member based off a 1-inch square of skin. Yeah, I will say I've seen like the similar ones on TikTok where it's like, can you tell which K-pop idol this is based off their mouth? And you're like, what? And then I'll sit there and I'll watch it. And honestly, I have a pretty good track record. Or it's like, could you tell who this is from their eyes? Could you tell who this is from their nose? And then I'll sit there and watch, and all of a sudden they'll start coming up more and more. I'm like, fuck, stop. And I have to scroll past all of them to get them to stop showing up. But I'm like, damn, that's so silly. I'm like, I know these people way too well. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Vanessa. They quite literally are just roping people in, roping them in. Honestly, too, like, and again, mind you, this is coming from a guy who does not like things in general, having extra clutter around. But the amount of fucking merchandise that these fuckers are making and selling to you guys for exorbitant pricing is absurd. It's criminal. They're literally selling you guys tiny little pieces of paper for like $30. Like, that's nuts. That's crazy. You could get the same picture online and print it out yourself for 10 cents at fucking Office Depot. But it's not the same. Oh, it's not the same. I know. It's more me being not a material guy, but that is what it is. Granted, I will hopefully get a tattoo each of the bands by the end of the year. I'm not against tattoos. I'm definitely not against that. Which member's ear is this? I don't think I've done one of those. That's a little hard. What's Sugar's favorite food? What's not? You're not a real fan if you don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if Sugar eats anything, to be honest. I've never ate with him before. Actually, you know what? Fuck me, dude. Oh, that's so funny. That's the only K-pop idol I cannot say that about. Because I literally have eaten with Sugar from BTS. I fucking forgot. That's so funny. Holy shit. That's the only K-pop idol I genuinely can't say that I've never eaten with. That's so funny. That's amazing. Holy shit. Whew. I do know he eats Korean barbecue, so. Oh, man. That is so funny. It's so freaking funny. I think I focus mainly on 5 groups, like the Rose, BTS, ATEEZ, Stray Kids, Onwe, Onwe. I don't even remember how to say it. Is it Onwe or Onwe? Anoe? But I listen to others casually, and I might know a singer or two from the other groups, but that's it. Yeah. I will say, like, TikTok and, like, Instagram and stuff, it definitely makes it easier to learn people from other groups, which is nice. But more often than not, I'll usually forget. But I have like so many groups that I've like watched the, guide to this group video. So it's like I know them all from that. But yeah. That's why I shoplift. Hell yeah. Damn skewers. Besides albums, I don't really buy stuff, but I have so many BTS shirts. That's fair. I do like the shirts. I like things you can wear. I was really bummed. I really wanted. They had these Twice bucket hats. And they looked really cool, and had the Twice logo on it. It's pretty simple, to be honest. But my head's too fucking big, so I couldn't get it. I got a shirt instead. Yeah, you can't fuck her. Wow, that is so funny. Yeah, I'm BTS because I only have the brain capacity to handle one group. I'm just saying, you're missing out. You're missing out. Like, it's the most glorious part of doing the reaction videos was just quite literally being just thrusted into something that was completely new to me and like completely fresh, where I didn't know. I didn't know what I was going to like. I didn't know what I wasn't going to like. And honestly, there's only a couple of things that I really wasn't into. which is surprising, being that like I might not look like a stereotypical metalhead, but like that's more of where I fall. So also, I got my little brother into Fujikaze too, which I'm pretty stoked about. I would love to see him live as well, but I feel like that will almost never happen. But maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who knows? Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to deep dive into other groups. I think deep diving is crazy. It's too much. Also, I really like. I've definitely said this before, but I loathe when groups have songs that are quite literally a part of a underlying storyline for their music video fucking universe thing. And it's like, if you're new to the group, then you have no fucking idea what the song's about. You don't understand the video. Honestly, it really put a wedge between me and TXT, where it threw me off so bad. I didn't even know what else to listen to after that, which sucks because TXT is such a good group. But like, I don't know. I watched like 2 in a row that were both like mainly storyline videos, and I was like, I don't get this. Like, I don't understand what's going on. I like the song's catchy enough, but like, I don't get it. I listen to Exicers. Think you would like them, Mike? How do you even say that? Psychers? Makes it more like a book to me. Well, I'm more talking as like a casual listener, casual watcher. It's just like immediately you're put on the outside. You know what I mean? And maybe that's a bit of past trauma for me of like, you know, being left out. But like, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the feeling of being left out of something where it's like I just showed up. I'm like, I want to be included. Like, I don't want to do homework. I don't want to have to go look up how this song has relevance or whatever. Bikers with an X. So is it just pronounced bikers? I'm into XG. Only their rap-based songs. Honestly, I think XG is an awesome group. I will say I'm just personally not as into rap music. I don't mind it in the K-pop stuff because it's like, you know, to be honest with you, it mushes in enough that like I barely notice it. But when a song's like mainly rap, it's like there's very few artists that can really pull me in enough that I want to listen to it. You know? Actually, funny enough, Kendrick Lamar is one of the few that I actually really like his music. And this is before They Not Like Us. I got back in around the Humble times. Actually, funny enough, one of my friends who he when he was getting married at his bachelor party, he's like super into rap music and he loves Kendrick. So one of the you know rappers that we were listening to a lot was Kendrick, and so from that bachelor party, that kind of turned me on to him. Where I was like, okay, I actually kind of fuck with this dude. He's pretty sick. So I listen to him sometimes, but not often. But you know, enough that I was like, yeah, he's one of my top rappers. You know, I mean, I grew up with Eminem, of course, a little bit, not much, but I listened to him. There's also a guy, I'm forgetting what his name is. He was kind of crazy looking. He always wore contacts with like white-eyed contacts, or like very, very light blue contacts, and then it just have like a black dot in the middle. I forget what his name is, but he does like some pretty intense music. He's not as well known though. Yeah, if you're a lyrics nerd, you really like Kendrick. Dude, his Super Bowl performance was so fucking sick. That was so dope. I love that he called out Drake. Also, I've been a Drake hater for a very long time, where I've not liked Drake for so long. And it's so vindicating that he's getting shit all over Like, oh, I knew he was a fucking creep. Like, there's something about him when he first came around on the scene, and all the girls like, I love Drake. And so, of course, you got to go check him out because you're like, yeah, let me see if I can like this guy so I can be around the girls that like him. And then I was like, man, this dude just gives off the creepiest fucking vibes. And I was just like, I don't like him. And now it's like coming out. It's like, yeah, he was a fucking creep. And actually, I remember back when fucking when he was like chatting up Millie Bobby Brown when she was like 15 years old, and I was like, this fucking creep. That was the first time where I was like, finally, I have like proof this dude's a fucking weirdo. And then nothing happened. Everybody just pretended like that wasn't weird and moved on. And now Kendrick's like, yo, fuck this dude, actually. Like, he's way bad. He's way, way bad. And I'm like, yes, finally. Vindication. Also, one of the girls that I was like head over heels a couple of years ago, she was really into Drake. So I put in the work listening to him, trying my best to like him. And I just couldn't. I just really couldn't do it. I guess are good. They're AT's brothers in a way. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check them out. Check them out. I always like the blends of rapping and singing. Yeah, I mean, I've always preferred singing over rapping, in fairness, but you know, it is what it is. I like Immortal Technique. Ooh, that's another really sick guy. Got his political science degree and learned to rap in prison. Very poetic. Actually, you know what's kind of crazy? One of my friends that I grew up with, who's now a teacher, if I remember correctly, on some of Immortal Technique's like earliest stuff, or not earliest, but like I guess it was like him out of like fresh out of prison stuff. My fucking dude wrote a couple of guitar parts for him. Or maybe it wasn't guitar parts. Maybe he wrote the beats. I don't remember, but he wrote like 2 or 3 beats that Immortal Technique ended up using, and he got paid for it. It's pretty fucking sick. So I do know of him. I can't say I know his music that well though. In fact, I don't think I've ever actually listened to a song of his. I just know who he is. I've probably heard some of his songs, but I wouldn't know him well. It's a Linkin Park root. Oh, true. True. I forgot that, yeah, they do rap in their music too. I don't know, man. Linkin Park's is a different beast. They just do it in a way. It doesn't even feel like he's rapping. But he is. You know what I mean? Very poetic and dark. I wish I could tell you which songs my friend wrote for, but still. Genuinely very funny that you brought him up. Very, very funny. I was like, oh, that's the weirdest fucking thing. I don't even know, like, also, I don't even know how he got into that spot. But he did. Very strange. I never got into rap before listening to K-pop. Too much swearing and degrading lyrics in Western mainstream rap for me to enjoy. True. That's the way Sugar Rap's got to me, is the blend. Yeah, also I will say Suga is another guy that I really like his rap music too. I don't know, he's just got that certain style of flow that I guess just like hits me right. Oh my god, that would be so fucking good. Oh, that collab would... Oh my gosh, dude. I don't even know what I would do. Actually, you know what? I do know what I would do. I would listen to it and be like, holy shit, this is crazy. I wouldn't actually do anything different. I would just be like, oh, that's so fucking sick. Like, yes. And that would be it. But yeah, that would be a fucking incredible collab. Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing too. That's the other thing where it's like another thing I don't particularly like about K-pop, which honestly it's definitely a lot more, or maybe I just notice it more with the ladies, but in fairness, now that I'm thinking about it, the guys are doing it too. But my God, are they like they're just wearing less and less clothes these days. You know? And it's like I don't like it's one of those things that makes me feel like maybe I am a bigot. Maybe I am a radical religious fool. But I'm like, I don't like. I mean, take the Oscars, right? The Oscars, for instance. This is talking about American culture here. But, like, there are a solid handful of women who came to that, like, barely dressed. They wore sheer clothing where you can quite literally see it all. Don't even get me started on fucking, what's his face? Kanye and his wife at the other award show that happened recently that I forgot which one it is, where she quite literally was just naked. And I'm like, when did that become the cool thing? I'm like, it's so not classy. Like, I don't know. It just, you look cheap that way. It's like you're just letting everybody see everything. Like, what the fuck is that about? Like, stop. Put on some clothes. You know? And it's like, it sucks. I feel like with the K-pop groups, you're seeing the idols just, like, get way, way, way more sexual and, like, getting way more dressing less. And, like, I mean, fuck, dude. Like, every single girl who's wears, like, they put them in these, like, mini skirts. And then they send them up on stage, and it's like, yeah, they're wearing their little protector shorts or whatever, but it's like, why bother with the skirt? You know? It rides up all the way. It's like, if you were just wearing underwear underneath there, like, everybody's looking at your underwear, God forbid you weren't wearing underwear, then you're seeing everything. You know what I mean? Where it's like, what is going on? Why are we doing this? You know, honestly, like it was funny because like it came to mind. Like I was looking through Instagram and there's a actress. She was in oh my God, why can't I remember the name? Shogun, Anna Sawai or Sawai maybe Sawai I think is how you say her name. She's gorgeous. Stunning. And yet you see how she dressed going to the Oscars. She looked like a fucking princess. She looked royal. She looked fantastic. And it's like she wasn't showing off much at all. You know what I mean? I'm like, maybe that's way more appealing to me. I don't know. It's just like, it's weird. It's weird having everybody just showing everything off. I don't like it. Stop it. All right, I'm scrolling back up. I missed a bunch of comments. Hey. Oh, we are only a couple months of having a BTS back. That's going to be so sick. That's going to be so sick when they all are back. Apparently a lot of songs on G-Job knows are about sexy time. Yeah, in a way that kind of doesn't surprise me. Like, in fairness to G-Dragon and, like, you know, Big Bang was like, they've always been kind of like, you know, the bad boys. So, I don't know. It kind of fits their vibe to go with the more risque topics and whatnot. But it's like, a lot of these groups are like cutesy groups. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Cut it out. No, it's not about sexy time. It's about relationships on that album. One song even mentioned about mental health and physical abuse. Oh shit, that's pretty. I really got to listen to that album, but great fashion goes to extremes, and I'm not here for it. Here for shapes and textures and styles. Aha. Hadn't looked at the lyrics yet. I was just vibing to the tracks. Fair enough. From certain people, you can't expect them to do anything else to get attention. Yeah, you're not wrong about that, Vanessa. Not wrong. Might be more liberal on it because if we would not question the guys showing up to these award shows without shirts, don't judge the woman as much as. So also, sorry, Kartasha, I meant to bring back to the guys. Same deal. I don't want to see you shirtless. This isn't the beach. You're not at the pool. Fucking wear a shirt. Sorry, I totally did mean to come back around to that, but I did get distracted because then I started thinking about all the fucking naked women, or not naked women I've seen. But I won't lie, I definitely got distracted and forgot. But no, you're not wrong. The boys too. Stop with the whole like fucking taking all their clothes off. Stop it. Wear clothes. It's like I don't know why. I don't like it. I do mean that for both guys and girls. I think you're right though. It definitely gets vocalized a lot more for the girls, in fairness. Again, that's also coming from South Korea, the very conservative country. So the fact that they're getting away with any of this shit honestly fucking surprises me. But to each their own, I suppose. I am not here to tell people how to live, but I am just saying the things I don't like. Don't go by the internet. Everything on the internet is not real. True. Oh. Is it for attention or do they wear clothes? They feel empowered and confident. It's a fine line. Honestly, if you need to feel empowered and confident by being naked, then you should be in therapy. Because, hey, listen, a little more TMI for you guys. Obviously, I don't do it. I'm living with my mom. But, like, yeah, for the most part, if I'm home alone and stuff, I'm stripping down. I don't go full naked, but if I lived alone, I probably would. But, like, yeah, I like not wearing much. Do you see me out and about doing that? Nope. Because it's weird. You shouldn't do that. Yeah, Nolo, I mean, you're not inherently wrong, but there's a time and a place, especially at an award show where it's being broadcast to millions of families. That's not the place for it. You know? Naked art is for the museum. And believe me, I think I'm a little bit prudish on this, if we're being honest. So don't take what I'm saying as it's the end all be all of how things should be. It's just my own personal opinion. But it's like, take this for example. And I can't say that I watched either of these award shows, but I did see a post about it online where somebody made the comparison. But you can go to a music award show, movie award show, television award show, whichever, and you're going to see women who are barely dressed, who have very little clothes on, and sometimes the clothes are so sheer you can see through to what's going on underneath. But then you go and look at as the people on TikTok call it, the Corn Star Awards, and those women are far more dressed up than any of the women that you see at any of the other award shows. And their job is quite literally to be naked. Kind of weird. So, I don't know. That's just me. Again, I will say this. I am fully aware that is definitely has a lot of lingering Christian undertones to it. The roots that I haven't quite dealt with in there. But at the same time, too, I always kind of think of it this way. Would I be cool if that was my wife? No. I think it's a special thing to be able to share with your partner, your intimate parts. It's not the only way to be intimate, but it is a big part of it. And I personally believe that it should just be with those people, and I wouldn't want whoever I was spending the rest of my life with to be displaying what they got for the rest of the world. Maybe that's me. And I would hope that she would feel the same about me, not showing off what I had to the world. Not that I ever intend to do that, but ironically enough, I mean, we've talked about this before of how that has been requested on a few different fronts, which is weird, but it is what it is. But yeah, it all comes down to I guess wherever your morals came from, I suppose. And I definitely had quite a bit of a strong root in the Christian field. You know, that probably makes me a bit more prudish. Respect it. I know you respect my opinion too. Yes, of course, absolutely, of course. You do you, boo, boo. I'm gonna assume you worked hard on your body. You want to show it. You do you. Yeah. I don't know. Like, see, that's the other weird part too, because it's like I don't necessarily think it's bad to show off your abs, you know. And that's an interesting thing. That's an interesting thing, and we should dive into this because now we're on a thought journey here, where it's like, for me, there's a difference in showing off your abs, and yes, I'm talking both guys and gals. I think it's fine for you to show off your abs, but I think it is weird to fully have your shirt off. You know what I mean? Is that weird? And now that's something I get to sit with and ponder about. Pontificate, if you would. Where it's like, huh. Very interesting. Weird parallel. Showing more skin isn't evil. The people are basically nothing in public work. A whole other topic. Yeah, no, Vanessa, you're not wrong. No, I know. I just it's in terms of what the societal norm should be is pretty much the general thinking, because the societal norm for a very long time has been to wear clothes that are not see-through, unless you have clothes underneath the see-through stuff that is also not see-through. You know what I mean? You're making me think. Exactly. It's interesting. It's an interesting thought process. This is what I love, guys. I actually genuinely love thinking about stuff like this, where I'm now challenging the beliefs that I've preordained into my head that is true. And now it's like, well, is that true? And you're like, huh, interesting. But that's also a very American point of view. That's also true. That's also true. It was the right boob? Wait, what? Oh, I missed your before comment. I mean, there was a duchess that had all her paintings show her favorite boob, her right boob. Okay. Again, not saying you can't do artistic stuff with it. I just think it's strange to be out in a crowd and in front of, essentially on the world stage showing off your titties. It's just an interesting choice for me. I don't quite understand it. I guess I don't see how it could be empowering. And that's definitely me coming into it as a man, because I don't feel empowered by somebody seeing my wiener. Or balls. I guess balls are a little bit more comparable to boobs in a way. You know what I mean? Like, I would be very uncomfortable if people were to be looking at that. Go to Europe and there's literally boobs in the newspaper. That is true, Kartasha. You're not wrong about it. They have that in Ireland too. Learned about that the interesting way, where my granddad was sitting there reading the newspaper, just going through the pages, and then boom, titties. And you're like, whoa. And at that point, I was like a little boy. I was like 10. I was like, whoa. I was like, oh, wow, wow. And I was Awooga. Oh, man. That's so stupid. That's such a dumb joke. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. Even showing an ankle was the height of scandal. Really change, and not everyone has to keep up with the same pace, but trying to be open and not judgmental as some people can be. So, also, sorry, another thing that I should point out, I should point out too, that I did not voice before. But the reason I don't necessarily like it in the K-pop world is because it is for attention for the most part. It almost is never for artistic endeavors. Because to be honest with you, those girls aren't picking the clothes, neither are the guys. They're having stylists pick it for them. There's quite literally no artistic pull on the clothes that they're wearing for the most part. I mean, yes, there's the few handfuls that are actually like fashion people who will pick their own stuff. Like I'm pretty sure G-Dragon picks his own clothes considering he's like a fashion guru or whatever, but like majority of people in the K-pop world do not pick their clothes and stuff. They're just wearing it for the attention, and that's the thing I do not like about it in the K-pop world. Yeah. So that was the big reason I don't like it in the K-pop stuff. And the guys, obviously, it's like they're just taking off their shirts and stuff because it makes the girls go crazy. Which, again, I don't think is necessarily a good thing. I don't think they should be doing that either. Also, yeah, the youth. You're right, Kartasha. I just saw schoolgirls in your comment. I'm like, yeah, that's another big issue. These people, for the most part, are kids. It's gross. I think from when you especially American women that grew up in the Midwest, we were taught to cover up. You show anything and you're a slut, and that is never going to amount to anything. Yeah. Well, in fairness, that's pretty much what I was taught as a boy. It was like, you want a girl who's modest. You know? I remember that a phrase that they were, which is also so shitty. There was a phrase they would teach the girls at our youth group, which I wasn't as big into the youth group that I was going to there. I didn't like it as much, but they had a saying where they say, modest is hottest. And I was like, I always thought that was silly, but at the same time, it kind of definitely sunk into my head that that's what is attractive, is girls who are modest. So definitely some deep-rooted things to deal with in life. So that's fun. Another fun thing to address. We'll get there. The frustration that you can see, especially in schoolgirls, are constantly getting dress coded, but a guy can get away with breaking the dress code in a similar fashion. True. Yep, I was about to type that. A lot of groups don't have a choice of what to wear because their company is making them do it. Exactly. My job as a female, again, Midwest point of view, is to not tempt men. That's something constantly have to address. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Also, I will say this too, and believe me, I know it fucking sucks. And it really has to go with what Kartash was saying about sexual assaults and all that kind of stuff. But there is a very harsh reality with that, which is the fact that sexual abuse happens. I wish it did not. I wish guys thought a little bit more like I do, where I think it's deplorable and disgusting. But I know that's not how the majority of the population is. But at the same time, too, and I don't say this in like a we should blame the victim type deal, but, and this, like, I don't even know how to say this without it sounding bad, but I'm going to try. Because this is definitely not the girl's faults. But, you know, the less clothes that you're wearing, the more guys will go. They will go after you. Because, you know, there is the stigmatism that girls who dress in such a way are more willing to be physically active with a gentleman. And that's painting yourself with an unfortunate target, which I don't think should be the case. I don't think that anyone should ever have to prep the way that they dress in order to defend themselves by any means. But, you know, the unfortunate reality, like we said at the beginning, is sexual assaults happen. And it is a very bad thing, and it's bad, but like, as shitty as it is, it's like, why put a target on your back? Well, hello, Black Rose, by the way. Welcome. I don't come from a Pentecostal or congregational. I was part of the non-denominational church, which they had a background. That church like converted from being a Baptist church into being a non-denominational church, so they probably still had a bit of Baptist undertones in there. Again, I wasn't a big fan of that church in particular, but I do remember them saying it. That was also kind of a thing I didn't really like. It just sucks. The whole fucking situation sucks. I wish it would like, I wish just like I could be around for every girl who gets fucking harassed. So I could just beat the shit out of who does it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know any better way to fucking fix that situation, because it's like, it's so fucking bad. And like, it's like, I don't even know. Like, is it mental illness in men that like makes them like that, or like what's the deal? Because like, I'm not like that shit. None of my friends are like that shit. In fact, like, me and my friends have quite literally talked about it, because obviously it's a very prevalent topic. But we're like, yo, if we found out one of us was doing some shit like that, that person's gonna be lucky to walk out of the room. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's going around assaulting people, like, they're getting fucked up by us. And I do it to my best friend too. I love them dearly. But it's like, there's just certain things you just don't do. And it's like, I don't know how, like, it seems like a large mass of men have decided that that is now an okay thing. Like, it's fucking deplorable. And I'm sorry if like we're getting into touchy subjects here, and I apologize if anybody's feeling uncomfortable for it. I didn't mean to get down here. We just kind of followed a weird train of thought and ended up here, but it's just like, it's heartbreaking. Yeah. Like, I've only ever one time that I can think of where I saw a guy who was being a little bit too forward. Like, I wouldn't even get it to the point where, like, I think he would have done anything, but he was just being more annoying. And, like, I remember me and a couple of guys kind of, like, walked up on him and this girl and kind of were like, hey, she's not interested. And then the dude just left, and it was like not a big deal and whatever. And it's like, in fairness too, it's like, I'm a big boy. I don't have to worry about much in terms of like, you know, an attack, unless they have a weapon. But it's just, it's so weird. It's so weird. I had a whole lot of religious trauma to fight through that I've done it. Feel so much better. Yeah, no, that's the thing, is like, I've been dealing with a lot of that kind of stuff and processing a lot of it. But sometimes something will come up where you're like, wait a second. This is one of those Christian things that has been lingering here, I see, and I haven't touched on it. And it turns out we found one today where I'm like, interesting. That really has formed how I think about things. But I still think it's strange. Be showing them the yitties out. But again, you're right. Like, in Europe, it is a pretty common thing. Like, women are in the newspapers like that. The beaches, for the most part, are pretty cool to just be topless, and everybody's chill about it. So I guess, yeah, there's definitely a lot of cultural impact to it as well. I guess I'm a prude. You've heard it here first. I'm a prude. No. I like to think of myself as an open-minded guy who's willing to willing to confront my own biases and my own thoughts, because why not? I think it's way more interesting in life to actually be able to reconsider something that you thought to be true. Mental conditioning through society mostly, and what you grew up experiencing. Yeah, that's true. That's a scary thing more often than not. Females, it starts with the guys that we think are good, safe, good guys. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. That's the thing. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I worked with a guy who was like that. He was never the type to like do anything, but like, he was very down to joke inappropriately when no one was around. He was that kind of guy. Overall, a decent dude, but it was weird how he was like that. And I remember like multiple times being like, hey dude, like I don't find that funny. Stop. Stop saying that shit. I don't like it. And then eventually he stopped. And then like he was really chill after that. And I was like, I hope that had a lasting effect on him. He was an older dude too. But who knows? Maybe it did. Maybe it did positively affect him. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. But that's like what you do. Legit didn't hear. Hit on at work by so many creepy men, and I'm wearing not flattering clothes, but they'll still try me. Same here, Vanessa. I work at a factory, all covered up, and these men still try to hit on me, and they know I'm married too. That's fucking. Oh, see, Nola, like Nola and Vanessa, that just makes me want to fucking clobber somebody so bad. You guys are talking about how you want somebody to fuck with you. That's the kind of guy I want to fuck with me, so I can put him in the ground. You know? Yeah, I've legit had a guy at Walmart yell at me for being a bitch, for not accepting. Also, I don't know why I said bitch like that. Being a bitch. For not accepting being nice. That's crazy, bitches like me who won't even let a guy talk to them without dating them. Oh my god. My response, dude, I have my headphones in. Legit didn't hear it. I used to wear long sleeves skirts and skirts down past my ankles. Still got harassed. Once asked me for my number, and I said I didn't have a phone. Well, my phone was in my hand. Nice. Nice. Also, it's like, I hate to be like it's not just you guys, but like, I mean, I did hit a point where, particularly around the time when the whole Me Too movement was going on, and like people were kind of starting to solidify what was considered like an assault and what was considered, they're kind of going into more terms and whatnot. And like, I've been assaulted more times than I can count. And it's been mainly by women. And it's simple, like, I don't know why, but a lot of ladies think it's okay to touch my butt. I've never made a big deal out of it because, like, I'm a guy. And if I said, oh, this woman just grabbed my butt when I was at work, like, mind you guys, like, this was like happening when I was like 19. I was working at a liquor store. I'd have people grab my butt there. I'd be like at the mall and somebody would just like walk by and like give me a grab and then just like keep walking. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, don't get me wrong, I got a nice butt, but like still, it's weird. And it's like I never thought about it as being an assault until the Me Too movement, to be honest with you guys. And it's like, it is weird how often it happens, And of course, too, it's like, I hate to even say it because it's like, in a way, like me and my friends, we fuck around with each other all the time. And it's like, we grab each other's butts and whatnot. And honestly, I've been grabbed up front by my boys before, just like, but we're all fucking around. Like, it's never sexual. It's never weird. It's like more just a joke. But it's like, you never do that to anybody else. You know what I mean? But it is weird. It's weird how that kind of stuff, some people just think's okay. And again, it's just like, I just wasn't raised like that. And it's something that I have the hardest time wrapping my head around it. So Well, in the U.S., a lot of the mental thoughts have originated from the people who came to the U.S. and wanted religious thoughts, being morality tied to self-worth and sexual purity. Once gave a dude my dad's phone number. That's so dope. Actually, for a while, a whole bunch of my my lady friends used to I would send them a photo of myself every once in a while. Appropriate, by the way. Sorry. An appropriate photo. Just a regular photo. Just a selfie of myself. So that they could then take that, and if a creepy guy was hitting on them and they had to give them their phone number or whatever, then they could safely give out their phone number, and then when the person would text them, they could send them my photo and say, hey dude, I think she gave you the wrong number. Sorry, my name's Mike. And then that would get the guys to fucking leave him alone. As well. So that was a pretty cool thing that we had going for a little bit, which is very cool. God, I wish I could fix everything. Oh, but giving your dad the phone number is pretty funny, by the way. Anytime someone tells me it's not that bad, tell them anytime I'm not in my house, I'm armed with at least 3 weapons. Nice. That's smart, honestly. Is a mental health problem. Yeah, it definitely is. It's nothing to do with what type of clothes the other person is wearing. Sexually harassing someone means that person has mental health issues. True. Problem, and they need to get help. Yes. Quakers, Puritans, and other sub-Catholic Christian religious groups have a lot of control over society. While tapping your buds is one thing. Ascribing a stranger is another. Yeah. No, sorry. Also, it's like, no, I will say me and my friends have probably gotten a little too comfortable. A little too comfortable. Where I'm not talking about nut taps. We don't do nut taps to each other. It's more just like a little like honk. Just go up to one of the boys and just give a little honk right on the wee wee. That's so stupid. I'm so sorry you guys even had to hear that. It's so fucking dumb. But yeah, we do that sometimes. Yeah, Kartasha, that's fine. You can send him my number. I don't care. If I just go to voicemail anyway. Fuck him. Yeah, yesterday getting grabbed and kissed a ton. Lot. Yes, remembering how I told you. Oh, true. Little honk honk. Hey, you shouldn't be giving out any honk honks unless you're doing it to the ladies. Watch it. I would actually. You know what? Like, I'll tell you this one. I knew a girl when I was like I think I was like a senior in high school, possibly just out of high school, who me and my guys were very into doing the old bean dip is what we called it, where you just go to one of your friends and as they're walking by, you just give them a little scoop. You flick their nipple up, you just give them a dip. Like you take a chip and you dip. You don't actually take a chip and dip. But she felt like she could be involved in this game. And it almost led to quite a few inappropriate moments. And that is where I felt there was a double standard. And I was like, this is unfair. Because also a lot of the times when one of my guys would come up and do it, you would just instinctually grab it and get them too. So there's a few times she would come up and do it, and then my hand would go across and I'd be like, oh. I'd stop myself before it would happen. But like, woo, as a young man, fucking bean dipping a girl's titty would be the most embarrassing thing I could think of. I don't know if I'd be able to recover from it. I would be bright red, so embarrassed. But yeah, that was definitely one of the weird ones. Nah, I just literally had to show them your glorious contact photo and be like, You don't stop fucking with me. You're gonna fuck with this one. Oh, that's so nice. You know he's fun to fuck with when he's saved as Ginger Viking from hell in my phone. Oh, did you send it to me? Is that what you're saying? Oh, no, you're just... Why did I see open your... Very funny. Once it's set, the entire Mega Crew had a contest if how many powder handprints we could leave on each other. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Silly. God, I miss being on set. The worst part too is I got connected with a couple of dudes who are in the art department out here in New York, and they've had zero work since I've met them. And I was like, yo, can you hook it up and get me a job? They're like, yup. Bummer. Yeah. Actually, Kartasha, I did update my contact photo. Did it update on your phone? I don't know. Either way, I think it's almost time to wrap things up here. We took a very interesting role on this one, guys. This was we definitely hit into weird, but it was definitely a different weird than normal. So, at least that's consensual. That's true. I know, we're on East Coast times. I'll say this, guys. It's fucking with my gaming schedule so bad. All my boys are like, yeah, dude, you guys want to fucking play? Want a game? And I'm like, sick. What time are we getting on? Like 6? Because in California, that's when I would play with them. And they'd be like, nice, dude. I'll be on at 9:30. And I'm like, guys, I'm going to be fucking ready for bed. What are you talking about? I'm tired, dude. Yep. Heading off, my friends. All right, I'm also going to head off as well. So, guys, fucking thank you so much for being here. It's such a pleasure chatting with you guys. Also, thank you for, like, be willing to have a very interesting and tough conversation tonight. And honestly, it's nice to... it's really, like, honestly, I really do enjoy when my own personal thoughts get challenged, and you guys really fucking challenge me. So I really appreciate that. I really do. So, hopefully this was... I was gonna say something so weird. I was gonna say, hopefully this has been as good for you as it's been for me. And then I was like, oh, that's like a sex thing. I guess it's kind of fitting for all that we talked about, but it is what it is. But yeah, there's a good little weird ending for you guys. Go watch all those videos, please. I'm gonna keep watching Squid Game. I've watched through episode 4 so far. It's a great show. It's really good. I'm not gonna watch it tonight. I'm like genuinely pretty tired. But fuck, I forgot to text my uncle. I'm supposed to do shit tomorrow. Whatever. I'll just wake up early and figure it out. Fuck. That's annoying. All right, well, I love you all. Stay aggressively positive, and we will catch you on the next one. All right? I love you. Bye.